Schacht.
Good morning. Plato once asked, are our perceptions of reality really just a figment of our imaginations? Copernicus asked, does the earth revolve around the sun? Cole Brown asked, does Schacht have a family or a home? What is she, an orphan? It's a question I've anticipated for a while, so I think it's about time I give you an answer. Yes, I do have a family. But during the majority of my time at Springside and SCH, I was shy when it came to having friends over my house or letting people experience my family dynamic. I was worried that my family didn't fit the traditional Springside CHA type, so I hid them away from the rest of my school life. Let me provide some background information on my not-so-traditional family, who are very dedicated to my time at this institution. After 8 years at SCH, my dad has been to less than 5 school events. My mom, probably around 40. That is including parent-teacher conferences, back-to-school nights, sports games, and today's assembly. In fact, they're not even... Never mind, they're here, I see them. Anyway, 3 of my best friends hadn't even set foot into my house until the middle of my junior year. I think it's safe to say that I tried to keep my 2 worlds of school and home separate. Some of my friends think this disconnect is bizarre. It's something they leave unspoken when I'm around, and when I'm not around, well, I can't say for sure, but I can imagine. But now it's my senior year, and my friends have finally made it inside my house and have met most of my immediate family. Baby steps. Yet, I regret that I did not let everyone fully into some of the biggest parts of my life. So, to anyone whom I may have accidentally offended by my reluctance to make my family a part of my school life, consider this a formal apology. It's not you, it's me. But I've gotten over my insecurities, and I'm ready to welcome each and every one of you into a day in the life of the illustrious Schacht family. First things first. My grandmother has basically lived with us for the last 11 years. About 5 years ago, she began developing Alzheimer's disease. Her disease has made her very friendly. In fact, she has no problem with inviting complete strangers into our house. About a month ago, my brother walked into the kitchen and found my grandmother having tea with 2 old friends who turned out to actually be Christian missionaries making their Saturday morning rounds. A week later, she was entertaining the Verizon guys. Well, we're still Jewish and still with AT&T and still looking for a good nursing home for Grandma. On to another stealthily hidden family member you may not have heard of. My half-sister Tori. If you haven't heard of her, it's not your fault. It's because I don't include her in my Throwback Thursdays on Instagram or talk about our love-hate relationship. Tori is 10 years older than me and grew up 5.5 hours away, so we're not as close as your typical set of sisters. Although time and distance keep us apart, I enjoy our fortnightly phone dates. Whatever our other issues, at least she doesn't invite strangers in for lunch. Moving on to the goofiest member of my family, my father. Like any dad, he loves to embarrass me. One time in particular stands out. Remember that time long ago, that year before we all had our licenses, when our parents were our transportation? Chauffeuring was usually my dad's only task, but he still managed to always arrive in a very late and scattered fashion. On one fine spring night during the 8th grade, my dad was trying to find his way to my friend's house. After 30 minutes on the phone trying to help him, he's what we like to call directionally challenged. I regrettably passed the phone to my friend's mother. 15 minutes later, he pulled into the driveway. I ran to grab my bag, but I was too late. My dad had said no more than 5 words to my friend's mom, but the damage was already done. My father had made contact. I have no idea what those 5 words were, but I do know that the parent thought he was under some kind of influence and was concerned for my getting in the car with him. Actually, that's just my dad. He's got an unconventional sense of humor and a quirky personality. But I think it goes without saying, I had my mom pick me up from then on. By the summer before 11th grade, my game of hide and seek, family versus friends, had peaked. I was ready to reevaluate my attitude on everything. I realized that everyone's family has its peculiarities, and there was no need for me to be insecure about mine. Yes, we're kind of awkward, kind of inappropriate, but we really do love and respect each other. The ideal of the perfect family that I was striving for was like the American dream, unobtainable because it's different for everyone. What I was really doing was cutting the ones I love, and myself, short. My double life did nothing but restrict me. Turning people away from witnessing a strange encounter with my grandmother or adjusting to my father's off-color humor was really just a loss, and I regret it. So don't wait until your senior year to feel comfortable with who you are and where you come from. Own it, embrace it, share it. Whatever it is, don't let it wait. So Cole, and everyone else who ever wondered, I do have a home and a family. And I'm sorry that I've hid them away for so long, because all things considered, they are great people, and I have no idea who I would be without them. Thank you.